Top 10 Underwater Ruins of Lost Civilizations. Number 10 is Underwater Step Pyramid off the coast of Yonaguni-jima in Japan. Maybe the main name associated with the submerged remains at Yonaguni-jima 1, off the bank of Japan is Masaaki Kimura. The marine geologist has gone through very nearly 20 years contemplating the remains. As indicated by Kimura, there are unmistakably a few counterfeit structures beneath the waves in the area. One of these even has all the earmarks of being a muddled, solid, ventured pyramid. Furthermore, in addition, this specific structure is more than 80 feet tall. Initially, Kimura would guarantee that the remaining parts were likely proof of new and evidently lost landmass in the Pacific. He would even guarantee the dates of vestiges to be around 10,000 years of age, putting them around 8,000 BC. He would, notwithstanding, in the long run reconsider these dates to around between 5,000 to 3,000 years old. Despite the re-examined gauge of the age, however, a few analysts stay steady of the underlying assessment. Maybe generally remarkable of these is Graham Hancock. Hancock has additionally composed of such destroys, most widely in his book Underworld. We ought to likewise express that not every person is even persuaded the remains are fake structures by any means. Boston University's Robert Schoch, for instance, would state in 2007 that the remaining parts were doubtlessly all common. Further examination will probably proceed at the site, as will the discussion concerning what the genuine truth behind it is. Number 9 is Bimini Road in the Bahamas, a lost road to Atlantis. The remaining parts found off the island of Bimini in the Bahamas, alluded to as Bimini Road, too, are absolutely charming. What's more, are important to analysts in both the Standard and the Edges. Numerous outside of Standard exploration highlight the street-like structure and possible structures as maybe the best verification of the presence of Atlantis. The ruins were found in 1968 by Joseph Mason Valentine. After making a plunge the perfectly clear waters, he made out what was rapidly evident to him to be a cleared street running along the seabed. He got back to the waters a few times. Each time he found further possible frameworks of more counterfeit remains around the clear roadway. The finish of scientifically measuring and examination of Standard researchers is that the street is, truth be told, a making of the regular topographical powers of the region. Different specialists, however, highlight the territory as plainly fake and with additional insider facts to reveal. We may likewise specify the cases of Ray Brown. He professed to have discovered proof of an indented pyramid in the area close to Bury Island. He made the revelation while chasing for indented ships. What made the find much more charming are his cases that his rude hardware started to abruptly break down just before he saw the pyramid. Number 8 is the apparent temples off the coast of Malta. Another area regularly talked about with Atlantis can be found 3, off the shore of Malta. The revelation of the submerged sanctuaries of Gebel Gulbahar occurred in the late spring of 1999. Perhaps makes the area charming that the individual who made the find is a resigned finance manager and not a researcher. Hubert Zdmer found the remaining parts around 2 to 3 miles off the bank of St. Julian's. He is likewise, in any case, a devotee of the works of Zecharia Sitchin. What's more, this is something which has prompted numerous individuals excusing his finds as old space explorer nonsense. To date, no authority dating or studies have been made of the remnants. Be that as it may, many have figured out how to perform informal exploration. Furthermore, this proposes that the remaining parts could be a long time old. What's more, likewise, it is likely, some case, that the whole zone was once occupied before a significant flood hit the district. A few specialists even venture to state the territory was likely hit by a similar flood referenced in the Bible. Obviously, practically all specialists in the Standard excuse such cases. Some much counter that the stones and shakes are not in any way old remains. They are, truth be told, likely the after effect of unlawful dumps. As well as the structures themselves, however, there additionally has all the earmarks of being truck grooves. These run into the water and along the seabed. Truck grooves can likewise be found in various areas around Malta, and are, to a few, additional proof of an area that was once not submerged. Moreover, because of the area and the works of Plato, a large number of those analysts propose that the remains could possibly be those of Atlantis. Number 7 is the lost city founded by Krishna, Dwarka, India. No ifs, ands or buts, quite possibly the most interesting areas of submerged remains is the apparent lost city of Dwarka off the northwest shoreline of India. Not least the same number of the old works of the locale are supposed to be exact records rather than legends. With these legends at the top of the priority list, numerous analysts accept the vestiges could in all likelihood be of the first city established by Krishna. Additionally, in spite of the fact that they are informal assessments, a few scientists propose that the city could be 9,000 years of age. Assuming valid, this would make the area 5,000 years more established than the at present most season-known old ruins. The disclosure became exposed somewhere in the range of 1999 and 2001. During that time the National Institute of Ocean Technology, NIOT, were reviewing the locale. What's more, instead of dinky lines, the remaining parts are plainly those of sanctuaries, segments, and ventured structures. Standard appraisals recommend that the remains could be between 4,000 to 6,000 years of age. Different analysts, be that as it may, recommend the remains to be any place between 9,000 to 12,000 years of age. These dates would likewise coordinate those of the supposed floods that are found in numerous creation stories around the globe. Number 6 is the temples of Mahabalipuram, India. The waters off the shore of South India are additionally important to those searching for submerged confirmation of lost civic establishments. There is a proceeded with search to demonstrate that the clear fake structures 5 in the district are the sanctuaries of Mahabalipuram. The revelation of the obvious remains came in 2001. A gathering of Tamil anglers professed to have seen counterfeit stone structures on the seabed. At the point when official jumps occurred, it turned out to be obvious to numerous that an indented complex was likely anticipating full revelation. In addition to other things, they found the remaining parts of dividers and fallen columns. This proposed, to nearly, when the district was likely inhabitable. The revelation of the columns, specifically, might propose a few facts to the fantasies of 7 pagodas that were said to have once remained at the location. Perhaps, if strong evidence can be discovered that a lost development once dwelled in either Indian area, the two locales will validate one another. Number 5 is a Stonehenge-like structure under Lake Michigan. Possibly perhaps the most charming areas of submerged remnants can be found under the waters of Lake Michigan. There, at an undisclosed location, 6, a henge-like structure lies. The revelation was really committed by error by archaeologists who were examining the lower part of the lake looking for wrecks. In any case, when they saw their prophets, they would locate an unmistakable henge-like structure on the lake bed. What's more, they would find an intriguing cutting on a rock of a mastodon. This further reinforced the thought of an antiquated presence there before the locale was covered with water. This would almost certainly date to millennia before acknowledged records of people are known to have existed there. Some harsh gauges even propose a date of any place between 10,000 to 12,000 years old. Once more, this date would fit in pleasantly with the date regularly given for a worldwide flood. Examination proceeds unobtrusively at the area today. Number 4 is strange carvings and discoveries under Fuxian Lake, China. At around similar time as the disclosures off the shores of India in 2001, 7 comparable captivating finds were made under the water of Fuxian Lake in China. Furthermore, also, legends of a lost indented antiquated city in the locale were notable. The revelation came during a 20-day jumping mission of the waters by scientists. The research group found around 30 structures altogether. Furthermore, these covered a harsh distance of around 25 square kilometers. They did, notwithstanding, just figure out how to completely analyze and index 2 of the remaining parts. Moreover, they recovered more than 40 carefully assembled stone relics, including devices, for additional examination. Considerably more captivating, A few carvings were found on huge stones on the lake bed. Subsequent research missions to the zone have apparently added believability to the disclosure. What's more, despite the fact that there is little data on who may have lived there, it has since been alluded to as China's Atlantis. Number 3 is Port Royal, Jamaica. Port Royal in Jamaica is a lot of known to have existed. It sunk into the ocean in the mid-1900s. The area, nonetheless, is still important to those looking for confirmation of lost human advancements under the water. It offers, for instance, subtleties of how a city can sink underneath the water, generally, overnight. This permits scientists, in principle, to all the more likely see how urban communities lost to the water millennia prior may have met their end. The port itself appeared during the 1490s when Spanish pioneers framed it. It immediately turned into the biggest city in the whole locale. Furthermore, numerous boats going through utilized it as a primary exchanging center. By the 1600s, nonetheless, it had become a locale known for bad habit and culpability. Also, all the more concerning, the principal port of privateers from around the world. In 1692, an immense quake, tidal wave, and a few tropical storms seriously harmed the port. It stayed dynamic, yet notwithstanding reconstruct endeavors, it stayed away forever to its brilliant time. A further seismic tremor in 1907 basically polished the city off, sinking it into the ocean. Number 2 was the underwater city of Pavlipatri, Greece. It would appear to be the most seasoned depressed city on the planet. Dwells off the shoreline of Greece and the lost city of Pavlipatri. Despite the fact that it just turned into an authority find in 2011, gossipy tidbits about it have existed for quite a long time. Truth be told, cases of the lost city return to at any rate 1904 when geologist, Fokian Negri, discussed seeing vestiges in the area. It would be a further 60 years before Dr. Nicholas Fleming seemed to demonstrate Negri's discoveries, however. Fleming, alongside a group of researchers from Cambridge College, would everything except affirm the proof of a lost city. The full-scale search of the district somewhere in the range of 2009 and 2011 found around 15 structures at a profundity of around 10 to 12 feet. The assessed zone of the lost city is believed to be a little more than 2 sections of land. Further examination recommends the area once additionally had a flourishing material industry. Furthermore, it was likely once a significant exchanging course the region. Whether the city may have existed for millennia before the assessed age of 5,000 years of age stays not yet clear. It is absolutely perhaps the most interesting amphibian areas on Earth. Number 1 is the Pyramid City off the coast of Cuba. Off the west shoreline of Cuba lies the remaining parts of Ten, a city, with pyramids. Furthermore, also, the city being referred to could be as old as 6,000 years. Truth be told, a few hypotheses even recommend an age as old as 50,000 years. The specialists who made the revelation, utilizing sonar gadgets, found that a portion of the submerged stone structures are around 400 meters in width and 40 meters in height. Rather than being normal arrangements, it is clear they are of insightful plan. Also, additionally, they seem to sit in an arranged development. So, that disclosure gives off an impression of being proof of a city that was previously surpassed by the waters. Additionally of interest, are the clear images and engravings found on a portion of the stonework. Not least as it has all the earmarks of being an obscure language. Essential exploration, notwithstanding, recommends similitudes with Aztec and Mayan symbols. Although further examination is required, the revelation would maybe vindicate the speculations that a land connect once associated Cuba with Mexico.